Hi. I'm Garry Moore. Now, we're going to take you to the movies tonight. So, lights. Action. And camera.
I've Got a Secret tonight presents a special edition honoring the 50th anniversary of motion pictures in Hollywood. Now, I've Got a Secret, starring Garry Moore.
Sure. Thank you very much. And good evening, friends. 50 years ago yesterday, a man by the name of Thomas Persons went out to Hollywood with this actual camera to film a motion picture called The Count of Monte Cristo. Now, that was the first of Hollywood's pictures, and since then there have been 20,000 more. Tonight we're going to show you scenes from some of the greatest pictures Hollywood has ever made. Some of them are new, some of them are old, but none of them have ever before been seen on television. And we're going to test our panel to see how much they know about the movies. I would like you to meet our panel very much, or re-meet the panel. To begin with, of course, there is Bill Cullen. And Miss Jayne Meadows. And Henry Morgan. Didn't bring your glasses? I'll describe the pictures to you. I'm Faye Emerson. That is our panel. All right, then, may we have our first contestant, please? Will our first contestant come in? Will you tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
I'm Mrs. Frances Carey. I'm from Pittsburgh.
This is Mrs. Carey. And she is from Bill Cullen's hometown. Now, Mrs. Carey, if you'll whisper your secret to me at the same time, we'll pass it along to the folks at home. All right, panel, you're only going to get one guess per person on this particular secret. I will tell you that Mrs. Carey's secret concerns the job she had in the very first motion picture theater. One question each. We'll start with Bill Cullen.
Well, the only job I can think in a motion picture of is a pianist who plays the music while the action goes on.
Mrs. Carey, you didn't get to first base, and I've been talking to her backstage, and I like her, so I don't care what the management says. I'm going to give you the complete $80 anyhow.
I said you
Mrs. Carey, no. Sit down. Let's find out more about this. Now, where was the motion picture theater, and what was the name of it?
Well, it was located on 5th Avenue in Pittsburgh, and the name was Harris. It was the P.J. Harris.
You know the theater, Bill?
May I tell just 30 seconds
Sure.
worth of a story? My father, who was sort of a bathroom-type tenor, he was quite good for a non-professional, was a member of the quartet that opened the Harris Theater, owned by Senator John P. Harris.
I knew that you would spot me.
That's right. My father was a member. He was a tenor. He wasn't good, but he was louder than the other three.
Well, as a matter of fact, the name of the theater was the Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
and after that, all other motion pictures for quite a while became known as Nickelodeons.
Yeah.
Now, Mrs. Carey, we have a scene here from a motion picture, Silent, that was made 32 years ago, and it may bring back some memories to you. Now, panel, you watch it closely and see if you can identify the star, the name of the picture, and some other questions I'll ask you. So if you'll roll it, please. Yes, Faye.
But I know it was the Phantom of the Opera. I think.
Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney was
The
star.
lady, I'm not so sure about.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm not sure of the lady's name myself, but where did this scene take place?
I was in the choir loft.
No.
Dressing room.
No.
Television studio.
Oh!
No,
Was
it
it
was...
where ordinarily Miss Carey would be playing?
No, it was...
That's years after.
It was the sub-basement underneath the Paris Opera House.
Well, it's pretty fancy for
Yeah.
a sub-basement, and I've
And
seen
what
it
was his
somewhere.
job? What was the Lon Chaney's job at the opera?
Caretaker, something like that, or...
Well, it was a caretaker, wasn't it?
Actually, we kicked that around today. We looked it up. We found out he had no job. He was a full-time freelance phantom.
Of course.
That's all he did. Mrs. Carey, thank you very much for being with us. Here is a carton of our Winston cigarettes
Thank
to
you very
$80,
much.
which we are happy to have you have. Good night. Boy, I just love that movie music. And it certainly helps set the mood, and it gives me an idea, too, because we are fortunate in having a friend of mine in our orchestra pit tonight, Mr. Jack Chamberlain, who is one of the movie's top music directors here, and he also played piano for silent movies when he was 14 years old. May we have our next contestant, please? Now then, panel, I am not going to tell you this lady's name, for to tell you her secret will be to, or her name will be to tell you her secret. Anyone who recognized
I
her,
have to disqualify.
Disqualify
I know
yourself.
this lovely lady.
we will call you Madam X. Is that all right?
Very exciting, I think.
All right. Now, Madam X, if you will whisper your secret to me, we will show it to the folks at home at the same time. Now, this is another case where you're only going to get one question. Because Faye disqualified herself, I will give Henry two, so that you get 4 cracks at it, all right? This secret concerns one of her leading men in silent pictures. Bill?
Gee, I was all set to go to work on a lady, and you give me with a leading man. Am I concerned with the name of your leading ma'am? Ma'am?
Yes, that's a free question. But,
Is his first 2 names Francis X?
No.
I don't know why.
Would it be Valentino?
Yeah, that's it. This lovely lady is the great star, Miss Lila Lee. Oh, Lila Lee. And she was Rudoplh Valentino's leading lady in his first starring motion picture, Blood and Sand. Faye, you want to say something?
I just wanted to say, and I think it should be said, the reason I recognize Miss Lee, I think I've only met you once before, long ago, is that she hasn't changed. Her face stays the same.
This is true. Very true. Now,
So it is not that I am so wise in remembering, it's that only you stay so beautiful.
It's very sweet of you.
Now, panel, we're going to show you a scene from Blood and Sand, which is one of the first great love stories ever filmed with Lila Lee and Rudoplh Valentino. So if you'll roll it, please, fellas. You were so innocent. There it is. Yep. Now then, the plot thickens. As much as Valentino tried to remain faithful to Miss Lee, a little later in the same picture he met a vamp, one of the most famous vamps of all time. We're going to show you that scene from Blood and Sand and see if you can give us the name of the vamp. Roll it, please. Watch this technique. Faye, what was the name of the vamp?
Nita Noldy?
Nita Noldy. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Well, if it was Nita Barrow, she always had those things down here.
That's right. No, that was Nita Noldy. Now, I want you to sit here with me, if you will, Lila, because we have some more of the other all-time great love scenes. You know, motion pictures have created many great lovers since the days of Valentino, and one of them is Tyrone Power. Now, panel, your job in this next film is to identify the girl he is making love to. Would you roll the film, please?
Yes, but I'm not sure that's what I want.
It's what I want.
You have it now.
I do certain things, but I'm not a father.
You go with the job?
If you want me, Fitz.
Cigars. Oh. Excuse me. Well, here they are, Senator.
Has this sound been dubbed in? All right, Henry, well, who's your
One
guest?
of my all-time favorite movie actresses, Laura LaPlante.
And she hasn't changed at all.
Mrs. Stephen Allen, I think we should say.
Wouldn't it have been funnier if the door had opened up and the man who came in was Steve, you know? Jane, how did it feel? What did it feel like to kiss Tyrone Power? Exceptional?
Here, Gary.
Well, Gary, since Steve's watching the show, I better say nothing.
All right, now
Pretty
our next
professional.
scene proves that you don't have to be as beautiful as Jane or as handsome as Tyrone Power to know what true love is. You watch very closely because I have some questions for you. So will you roll the film, please?
Excuse me, miss. Would you care to dance? Miss?
Oh, how I cried when that was going on. Well, let me ask you the question first. Of course, obviously, the picture was the Academy Award picture of 1955, Marty. Now, we all know that his name was Marty. Now, we know that the young actress who broke our hearts in that picture, her name was Betsy Blair. What was the name of the character that she played? Who was Marty in love with? Did you see it, Lana?
Mm-hmm.
Well, does anybody know what the name of the girl character was? We all know it was Marty.
Oh, that's another show. That's how I got a secret. Isn't that one of those...
It's funny because we were kicking this around before the show. Nobody knew. We finally...
Wait a minute. How much does it pay?
And we may discuss it with you.
Whom?
Oh, somebody
We're
to
usually not
somebody.
called upon to do this deeper delving.
Yeah, Jack Barry show pays a
an
lot of
Irish-
money for
was it
this
an
kind of
Irish-
stuff.
I remember when he
Irish
took
name. Her last name was never mentioned in the picture as far as I know. Her first name was Clara.
And I might add that his mother kept saying, "Who is this tomato you bring home?"
That's right. Yeah. All right, now let's get ahead with our film cavalcade here. Here is one of the most talked about love scenes in all of motion picture history. Will you roll the film, please? This is a dilly, this one.
I never knew it could be like this. Nobody ever kissed me the way you do.
Nobody?
No, nobody.
Boy, them soggy ones are the best kind, ain't they? All right, now, we had Burt Lancaster and Deborah Carr with the stars. It was the supporting performers who won Academy Awards for this picture. The picture, of course, was... Well, I won't tell you the name of the picture if you don't know. Who won Academy Awards? Jane?
Frank Sinatra and Donna Reed.
That's exactly right.
Eternity.
Put it back on.
Lila, you have played with many great screen lovers. Who, in your experience, would you say was the greatest one that you ever played opposite?
Well, I played with so many of them, they were all pretty attractive. That Valentino wasn't bad, you know.
All right, then. Well, Lionel, thank you very much for being with us tonight.
It's a pleasure.
Here is your money, the carton of Winston's, which we are giving you, and our thanks above all.
Thank you.